We are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with the always fabulous Andrea Kay.
Never gets old.
And the always interesting Al Arias.
He is, he is.
I have to find a new adjective every day. So
I'll get you a thesaurus. We'll work it out.
That's a good thing. Okay. Well, let's welcome our next guest, Mr. Barry Mahlberg from Stadium Golf Center and Batting Cages. Welcome.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, good. So tell us a little bit about Stadium Golf Center.
Well, Stadium Golf Center has been around since 1995. It's a golf and baseball recreational facility hosting serious players and people just looking to have some fun.
Good. So, and you know what? Because you are a facility that people have to go to versus just, see it virtually, tell us where you're located.
Well, we're on Murphy Canyon Road, right next to Fry's Electronics. You can't miss us. We're right on the freeway. About 240,000 cars a day see us.
Right, and you're close to the stadium. So, as I recall, you're the facility that Tony Gwynn used to go down and do a lot of workout down at the batting cages with him and his kids.
Yes, we actually hosted the San Diego School of Baseball at the time, and we have another group called Golden Stars. But I saw him frequently, actually.
Yeah.
That must have been amazing to see him swing the bat, right?
He was very gracious. He spent some time with the people that were there, and just a great guy.
Yeah, what a loss for San Diego.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, tremendous.
True.
I've been known to swing the bat in a batting cage a few times myself. Now, how fast do you get those balls going in the cages?
The fastest is about 70, 75 miles an hour.
Ah, piece of cake.
Okay, I'm taking my video camera down, watching you swing at a 70-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's about the slowest fastball in the majors.
But it's coming from 40 feet as opposed to 60.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do a lot of different events down there, not necessarily events, but a lot of different activities down there. Tell us more about the different things that you do down there.
Well, in addition to the hitting of a ball, baseball or golf, we give probably about 10,000 golf lessons a year. We hit both individual as well as group lessons. We do quite a bit of club fitting, so the next time you are looking at a golf club on TV and you want to see if it fits you, we can put you on a launch monitor and you can see how it feels. So.
That's right. Technology has sure changed in a lot of this world today, hasn't it? I mean, it used to be you'd go down to the wherever the golf store and just buy them, but now there's so much technology in it. Is that true?
Well, not only that, but everything feels good when you swing it. So having the ability to see the ball fly at the same time as you're hitting the ball, as opposed to a net, is a big advantage that we have.
Yeah. No, I just remember back in the day, I used to represent the guys when Cobblestone Golf was out. And, they had just talked in the 90s about getting technology and video and all that stuff getting, in the training aspect. And before they knew it, they were sold, and I was done with them, so I never got to see it.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
But I'm interested in the 40 feet, not 63 or whatever, the baseball. What is the reaction time to 95 mile per hour? Fastball.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering about what the reaction time is when it's 75 miles per hour, but it's only 40 feet, and 95 miles per hour when it's the major league. Is it 90 feet?
I think it's Major League's 90 feet, isn't it?
No, that's between bases.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's more like 60 feet.
So, okay.
So a little physics pop quiz for the listeners out there.
Physics question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you need to stick to the CPA work over there.
Well, I went to a batting cage once, and I'm old, so the fastball guy was Sandy Koufax. I don't know who. I don't know if they characterize him by who's throwing. Is it the unit?
You're not supposed to let the age bracket out there, Al.
Yeah.
Sandy Koufax. If I tried to say that to my kids, Sandy.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, so you do a lot of. You've mentioned that there's more than just recreation. There's even fitness activities going on down there.
Yeah, we have a group called Fit Golf, and they're specifically oriented towards helping you move and be stable and lessen joint pain and things like that. Been very successful. And as we all get a little bit older, you want to reduce to or prevent the injuries to happen before they do. And so
Right.
they've been very successful.
So if I wanted to, let's say, get my kids involved in golf and have some fitness activity in the middle of it, your place would be a good place to go.
Yes, it would.
So,
Well, your title is director of golf. Now, what all does that mean?
Well, it's a title as a function of being a member of the PGA. There's various things to do, and it's pretty much overseeing all the aspects of the facility from a general nature. There's a general manager that's there, and he does the day-to-day stuff. So I sort of pilot the direction of the facility.
So that's kind of the CEO then,
I would
if you
say
will.
so.
Yeah, CEO. What is it about golf that makes people continue to go back and try it, no matter how little improvement they have in their game?
Because of the feeling when you hit it just right. And everybody's had that feeling, and they think they can reproduce it, and for the most part they can with a little bit of perseverance.
Okay.
so you think you can even fix my golf game, huh?
Absolutely.
That would be that. You have no idea what challenge you're getting into.
If you could give one tip, and I know that we're on radio right now, but if there's one tip you could give over radio that would help somebody's game, could you give one without showing them actually holding the swing? Can you give a tip?
Don't take it too seriously.
Okay. It's hard not to, though, when you're out there and you're struggling. When I was in high school, my senior year, I played every day, and I was no better at the end of the year than I was the first day I started. My game never improved. And you're saying you could have helped me?
I think you could have been helped.
Well, too late now. Do you actually give lessons yourself?
I don't, although we have 10 PGA instructors and LPGA instructor there, so you'll get plenty of good quality instruction.
Do you also have events there? Corporate events and other types?
Yes, we do. And one of the events that we sponsor quite a few things outside of the facility. One of those right now that's going on is Support Our Schools, which is being done through that organization where we sell tickets to the Buick, or right now it's Farmers Invitational, and most all the proceeds go to after-school programs for athletes and whatever to enjoy themselves after school.
Great. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450, a Bloomberg radio station streaming live on the web at financialnewsandtalk.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD or find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts Andrea Kay and Al Arias, and our guest is Mr. Barry Mahlberg from Stadium Golf Center and Batting Cages. So you have you're involved in the Farmers event coming up here?
Only from the standpoint that we have people that volunteer in the PGA and the Support at Our Schools program.
Good.
Okay. Now, you have a little bit of a interesting background yourself in terms of your professional career and have played in some big championships. Tell us about that.
Yeah, in the early 80s, I played golf professionally, and during that time, I played in 5 major championships, a couple of U.S. Opens, a PGA,
Wow.
senior PGA, and a U.S. Amateur.
Against any names we would recognize?
All of them.
Really?
Of course, they are quite a bit better than I am. It's evident when you go play with them.
But to just at least be on the course with them, wasn't that just like a thrill?
It's almost like being able to go to the Yankees spring training and be on the same field as Derek Jeter.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's not going to happen anymore. But
right. Now, your theory, if you can share it, as to why Tiger Woods' game just completely tanked after all the scandals broke, from a golfing standpoint.
I don't know if it's completely tanked. I think he's had some injuries, which certainly has put him back.
Probably from his ex-wife.
Andrea, this is not your political hour, okay? Come on.
Hey, I know in politics it's just, it's a human interest story.
So you aren't taking it too seriously, are you?
No. It's just a sport.
I think he will be back.
Oh, you do? Okay. You heard it here on Close Up on San Diego Business. Tiger Woods will be back.
San Diego. He's
is he really?
Torrey Pines.
Yeah,
all right.
He'll be back, but is his game going to be back to where it was?
Torrey Pines, that's his favorite course.
Good. Well, let's see. Let's
find
see. I'm
out.
all for it.
All right. Now, I see some tips, getting back to some tips and getting off Tiger Woods and all his scandals. Some tips that you gave us in advance were, do you want me to read them here, or do you remember your 5 tips that you gave?
I don't think I remember. Go
All
for
right.
it.
Practice like a pro. What does that mean?
That means instead of just hitting ball after ball after ball without really any idea of what you're trying to do, just take your time and hit each one.
Okay. Recovery is a big part of success. What do you mean recovery is a big part?
That means you have to bounce back from a inevitable failure. And
That's more of a mental recovery.
Right.
For sure.
All right. And that goes with your other tip, don't dwell on the past.
That's correct.
All right. The ups and downs are common.
That's true.
Befriend your enemies. Who's an enemy on the golf course? I mean, besides yourself.
Mostly yourself.
Okay. These tips are interestingly.
So don't get on the golf course if you don't like yourself, huh?
That's kind of true in life. It's like that old
That's
saying, no
true.
matter where you go, there you are, right?
Life is just another golf course. What do you want?
Exactly. So some of these tips are so similar to just business and life in general, right? Played out on the golf course.
That's true. But in golf, you get quite a few characters playing
Uh-huh.
the game, and I'll leave you with one story. The Stadium Golf Center came as a result of my working at the old Stardust Country Club, which is now Riverwalk. And back in the day, it was notorious for a lot of gambling, and we had characters like Michael Jordan come out, and one of my favorite gambling stories is when Evel Knievel would come out.
Oh,
and he would come out every
crazy
year.
Man.
And he would do the same thing every time, and that was he would pick the lowest handicap golfer and say, I will bet you $1,000 you cannot make par on this hole. And it's a hole that the guy probably parred in his sleep. And invariably, the guy would take him up on his bet and have a difficult time getting off the tee because now he's playing for $1,000, and that was a lot of money back in the day.
Yeah.
And try to play it safe and get around the green, and he would make 5 almost every time, and he would take the money.
Well,
he was evil in more ways than one, that man.
There's another guy we're not going to be able to see down at Stadium Golf,
Yeah.
Evel Knievel.
Exactly.
But anyway, great. Hey, we are running short on time. Tell our listeners one more time, how do they find you, and how do they find you on the web to find out more about Stadium Golf?
Well, Stadium Golf Center is located next to Fry's Electronics on I-15, www.stadiumgolfcenter.com.
Great. Thanks for being with us. We look forward to getting together with you and seeing, maybe we can put some events together down at the Golf Center.
That'd be fun.
Great.
Awesome. Great. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego business and the people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. Send us a tweet at CloseUpSD or just find us on Facebook and let us know what you think. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.